YouTube, what's going on, man? Back at it again with another video. It's your boy Numbers Fan J. We got the NFC South today. With no further ado, let's get right into it. All right, Tampa Bay. This is gonna be short and sweet, but it's honest and it's from the heart. Jameis just isn't the answer. You haven't made the playoffs since 2007-2008 season when you went one and done. For those who don't know, Jeff Garcia was their quarterback. Exactly. Still nobody knows. Jameis Winston has been the Buccaneers quarterback since 2015 and has been a day one starter. He's underperformed for 4 years straight and even missed 8 games due to injuries in the previous 2 years. Their record with Winston is 21-35. Of course, Winston isn't solely responsible for all the losses. Granted, the offense was 29th in rush yards, 31st in yards per carry, and had the most giveaways. Granted, the defense was 27th in yards allowed, 26th against the run, 24th against the pass, and 31st in points per game. Granted, O.J. Howard got hurt last year. The fact remains that Jameis has never had a higher passer rating than 92.2. The fact remains that Jameis has never thrown for 30 touchdowns despite having Mike Evans, Vincent Jackson, Deshaun Jackson, and Adam Humphries to throw to. In 4 years, Winston has led this team to just 1 winning season and 0 playoff berths. The Buccaneers lost Deshaun Jackson, Quan Alexander, Adam Humphries, Brent Grimes, and Gerald McCoy this offseason. They added former Cardinals linebacker/safety hybrid Deion Buchanan, as well as drafting Devin White and Sean Bunting, former cornerback from Central Michigan. Side note, they didn't draft or pursue any pass rushers or running backs, but instead drafted 3 DBs on day 2 of the NFL draft. Oh, and this team was the second worst in turnover differential. So, last place again. Next, we have the home of the Dirty Birds, hot Atlanta. The Falcons finished 7-9 and second in the division last year. There was nothing special about this team outside of the offense moving the ball consistently. They were 6th in total yards, 4th in passing yards, 10th in points per game at nearly 26, but were 27th in rush yards. The defense, however, was problematic, as they were bottom 7 in most of the key categories: 28th in total yards allowed, 27th in pass yards, 25th in yards allowed, rush yards allowed, 29th in pass touchdowns, and 28th in yards per carry allowed. Not only were they bad, they lost Robert Alford and Bruce Irvin. On top of all that, they didn't add anybody notable in the draft nor in free agency. They drafted linemen with their first 2 picks and took a corner in the 3rd round that will at best be a slot corner. They're getting Devontae Freeman back and re-signed their defensive tackle, but that's about the only positives from a team who was mediocre last year. Also note that the Falcons lost starting running back Tevin Coleman. We'll see what they can do this year, but I have them slipping to 3rd. Seeing as the Panthers finished with an identical record, it's not much of a bold prediction. Speaking of the Panthers, let's talk about Superman. Wait, no, the other Superman. Yeah, there we go. Cam, oh Cam, as Deion Sanders would say. Cam has been beat up a lot over the years. It seems like ever since they lost the Super Bowl, the Panthers haven't been the same. That sounds all too familiar, as only 5 Super Bowl losers have came back and redeemed themselves in the big game in the past 20 years. Those Avengers being the Patriots, Giants, Eagles, Seahawks, and Broncos. I don't see the Panthers becoming one of those teams, as they still have to find a number 1 receiver, as their top receiver was their starting running back, Christian McCaffrey. McCaffrey finished with 107 receptions for 867 yards and 6 touchdowns, serving as Cam's most productive receiver in those categories, respectively. Albeit Greg Olsen got hurt and put on IR after 9 games. A true receiver would take the pressure off of Cam. This team was already number 1 in yards per carry. So if they can get 2015 Cam back, they will be unstoppable again. The only way to do that is to get him at least one above average receiver. I think Michael Crabtree would be a great fit while not costing too much money. Plus, he knows what it takes to win. I mean, he was one good Kaepernick throw away from winning a ring with the 49ers a few years ago. Let's not forget, the Panthers added Bruce Irvin in hopes to improve the 27th-ranked sack defense. I have the Panthers finishing second in the NFC South. Finally, NOLA. Party Central. Nobody throws parties or footballs better than New Orleans. Drew Brees is the face of the Saints franchise and led them to their only Super Bowl victory. He's one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game, yet his prime... He's one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game, yet he only has 1 ring. The front office has definitely wasted his prime and should be ashamed that their quarterback has so many records and accomplishments but only has 1 ring. One of the most accurate quarterbacks ever. He led this offense to 8th in total yards, 3rd in points per game, and the offense ran for the league high in touchdowns, 6th most rushing yards, and kept Brees as the 2nd least sacked quarterback in the NFL. The defense was 5th in sacks, 2nd against the run, 2nd in rush yards per carry, but 29th in passing yards per game. They lost Mark Ingram, Kurt Coleman, Manti Te'o, and Jermon Bushrod. Benjamin Watson and Max Unger retired, and the Saints acquired Patriots defensive tackle Malcolm Brown, tight end Jared Cook, running back Latavius Murray, and drafted center Eric McCoy from Texas A&M. Let's be honest. The Saints were Super Bowl favorites 2 years in a row. Last year, Marcus Williams inexplicably missed Stephon Diggs' entire body. And this year, the refs went blind for 3 seconds while Tommy Lee Lewis was drilled on the sideline. The Saints' bad luck has to end, right? I got them winning the division again this year. That's all I have for y'all today, guys. Y'all know that NFC North video is dropping Monday. Stay tuned. It's your boy, Jay. We out of here. Yo, real quick, just wanted to add this video on at the end. Shout out to Evan Sachs. This is one of the greatest hype videos I've ever seen. This video went viral. It makes you not... You can't not root for the Saints after watching this video. I'm a Chargers fan by heart, but it would do my heart good to see the Saints win it this year. Like, I would still be happy, even though my Chargers wouldn't win it, that the Saints would. It just watch the video. Just watch it.